Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome in to the CSC Racing League. Apologies for the slightly longer than normal wait time tonight. Our session started 15 minutes later, so we could accommodate all of our drivers tonight.
Oh no. Anyway.
Come on. Not good timing for trying to help a friend there. Yeah, want to make sure all of our drivers... Oh, God, as Brian Moore dies in turn 2. Jeez. But yes, either way, welcome in, everybody. My name is Soji Sakata. I am the SNCSC, and tonight is Friday, TGIF, and that means it is only one thing. Late model stocks. It's the late model tour here tonight on the CSC. And we've got a fun one for you because we're at the fast, the frenzied, and the tumultuous, and also just a little bit controversial at the moment. That's right, it's the Nashville Fairgrounds. The Fairgrounds, of course, headlines for a handful of different reasons, with debates on some people wanting it to stay open, some people wanting it to be closed due to noise. The typical 2026 racetrack problems. But, nonetheless, oh no! Big wreck down the backstretch! Oh my god! Wow, that was a big one. Holy smokes. But yes, Fairgrounds, of course, has a great history, very, very long and very vast history of all types of racing. Even I believe even NASCAR ran there at one point. I believe Darrell Waltrip actually won there, if memory serves. I could be wrong, going off memory, but pretty sure that happened. But yes, we've got a fun one for you tonight. And I've actually got something I can do real quick. Open. And now we're going to have a little bit nicer coverage tonight because I was taught how to use my camera pack properly. Let's get a little bit of a close-up on our drivers here. We can go in and actually look at our drivers' paint schemes and get a little bit better view. I've been waiting for a mega zoom like this. This is average NASCAR on Fox coverage here, so don't worry, we won't spend the whole race here. But as per usual, let's go through the field, introduce our drivers, what scheme they're running for tonight so we know who we're watching, and just all in all see where we're at. Starting, of course, with the man on screen. That's the number 10 in the Moza Racing Toyota Camry. That is Brian Moore. Whoops. And, of course, to his outside, that is the number 20. If I can get to him, there he is. Yep. The number 20 Duracell Batteries IROC Camaro. That is Frank Winesett. Cutting back to the next car back, that is the Chainsaw Man Bleeding Orange Dubby flavor sponsored machine. That is the number 5 car of Derek Hilker. And close behind him in the Carson Hocevar-esque tribute car, which of course is a Dale Earnhardt tribute car, so it's a tribute of a tribute. But I think, is that tributeception, I think is what we would call that? Either way, it's the 19. It's Zach Davidson in that Camaro. Go back one more. Of course, the Blackout 96 machine. No sponsors to speak of there, but we know who's at the wheel. That's DJ Sycamore. And rocking his oh-so-traditional Ford Mustang.
Ride the Dente.
As Davidson spun in the Chili's car. But yes, in his traditional Coors Light Banquet machine, that is the number 13 Ford Mustang of Chris Hood. Panning back one more car. He was off for a week or so there, but we've got him back now. It's the number 15 car of Cameron Romano. I do believe he raced last weekend. I can't remember. I believe he's your last week's winner. I don't know. I wasn't here. I'm pretty sure he was the winner, though, if I remember right. So, as I said, missed last week, so I didn't get to see all the action at Thompson. But happy to be back in the booth for tonight. Have to see if Romano can take that Vesta Homes Camaro back up towards the front again tonight. Cut back one more. Repping a new brand tonight. And the Dubby Racing Moza... Or Dubby Racing. And the Dubby Energy Moza Racing. Now Dodge Charger? I didn't even know we could get that skin for this car. Cool. Either way, that's the number 8 car, which of course means it's Gary Greenlee in his familiar black and gold. Oh no, as Gary gets absolutely T-boned. Frank's giving Gary a ride. I'm so glad I cut back to that. That was great.
Sounds like Gary's at the side of a tornado right now.
Oh my god.
I got abducted!
I know, that was awesome.
Oh, and by the way, the Dodge is actually one of the nose schemes. I just added the Dodge logo to the hood.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there. Now the cars, they don't actually have any representation like that. You have to add it. Like if you had the Toyota, you could put it on a Toyota sticker. And
the default one is a Camaro, though, is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
But yeah, they have a bunch.
Well, I knew we had Mustang. I knew we had the old and the new Camry, and I knew we had obviously the Camaro, but I hadn't seen a Dodge yet, so that caught me off guard.
Yeah, I've always had the Dodge. I've always been using the Dodge since.
Oh, I just never knew it. I've been calling it a Chevy this whole time.
Yeah. But I just added the Dodge logo to it to make it like that. But but yeah, I forgot which number, but it's like the 4th number in the decal pack. That's a part of that scheme.
I've never
part of the template.
It's hitting me now. I've never painted one of these, so I'll have to get in there and mess with that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks for the update on that.
Mosey and Moza and Dubby. Mosey.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. I said Dubby Racing because I'm reading your car, and I'm like, wait a minute. No. Dubby Energy Moza Racing.
Yeah.
I'm tripping, apparently.
I went away from doing the Fallout stuff. Maybe whenever Season 3 comes out, I'll go back and run a little bit of a Fallout scheme.
Hey, I can't hate on the classic, the chrome gold and the black.
Yeah.
It's a good looking car, and I like because there's not a ton of that chrome. Where it is really pops, especially in the night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Daniel in chat says Porsche Cup car shenanigans. Did you ever see that meme where the two Porsches end up one and the other sitting on its roof?
I haven't seen it, but
I'll send it to you. Hey Daniel,
Daniel
post that
Daniel's
in the
always
engine
on
bay
top of
and
the,
post that in the engine bay and tag Gary for me.
Yeah, I'll look at it later, but
Oh yeah, just so you get to see it.
okay. Now one thing is if Soji's unable to broadcast tomorrow, one thing that we're going to be doing, I know when I done this race last week, it went out to Twitch and YouTube. We now have a Kick channel, kick.com/CSC. But one thing I'm going to be experimenting with maybe tomorrow afternoon is testing and making sure that some of the stuff's working. But I have it set up to where when I go live to Twitch, it'll go to YouTube and Kick. So
Indeed.
We'll see if that works.
We are working on it. It just takes a little time to set up. So coming soon. Potentially as soon as tomorrow night. You got it? Thanks, Daniel. All right. Well, with 15 minutes...
Something stupid just went on.
Yeah, I heard a couple engines blow, so probably.
Yeah. All right. Have fun.
Good luck.
Later. Thank you.
All right, with that taken care of, we got 14 minutes left in the practice session. Let's go out, take you guys for a few laps around the track, and then maybe we'll jump into some pre-race interviews for a change. Do something a little different tonight since we got a little extra time on our hands. Pace speed here, a very slow and creeping 35 miles an hour here at Nashville. Pit road exit very flat, very hard to exit. Don't go too fast, you'll miss the safe exit line there. Jump out, 4th gear track all the way around. Now, there is a low line here, however, there's a fast high line as well if you can hit it. And that's the trick. You can actually hear getting onto the limiter there. The banking is progressive here at Nashville, of all things. Wouldn't really expect that. That knocked the toe out of it pretty bad. Wow, this thing's wicked already. Turn 4, you can go a little bit. Oh, no. Let's try that again, shall we? And posted. Thank you much, Daniel. Appreciate the help there. This track is a track that runs very, very loose because of how it drives. It's just a lot of banking and a lot of horsepower. See Davidson running all the way up at the top side of the track there. Oh! Woo! That is loose. Holy smokes. Folks, you want to drive a tail-happy race car, bring a late model stock out here to the Nashville Fairgrounds. These things are wicked loose. You want to learn to drive it off the right rear, here's your place to do it. Not going to make it tonight? No, Xavier. Sorry to hear that, bud. Hopefully things are well on your neck of the woods, and we look forward to seeing you here hopefully tomorrow night or next week. Wow, bumpy racetrack here for sure. Let's try that higher groove, use a little bit more of that high side banking. Whoa, David's spin spooked me a little bit there. Good lap there. So I know for me personally, I'm liking this third lane up here. That seems to be where my car... Whoa! Get my brown pants and a dude wipe. Thanks, Cameron. Oh! We did it again! Get off my car! Oh, God.
Tonight's oh shit moments
Oh, God.
brought to you by Dude Wipes for the Code Brown moments in your life.
All the blood's rushing to my head. Oh, my goodness. That's fun. This is why racing with friends is always a good time. Oh, my God. Annihilation. Where did Greenlee go? Did he... Oh, he just vanished out of sim. I don't know what happened there. Weird. Either way, that is the track here tonight. There's a low groove, there's a mid groove, there's a high groove.
Fun. We're having fun.
You won't really see anybody up operating off of the wall, unfortunately, tonight. You won't be ripping fence like you would at Kansas. But there's definitely room for activities and multi-car wide racing. So, should be a good time, should be a lot of fun. Excited to see what the evening brings. Let me double check one thing here right quick. Speaking of last week, let's go live, of course, to the track. We're going to set this on most exciting right now. Oh dear, Greenlee's wheel towed in bad there. Well, let's actually go to the man I'm going to pull into the booth. Last week's winner, Cameron Romano. Let's pull him in for a pre-race interview here right quick.
Yeah, I had to...
Cameron Romano, welcome to the booth. I'm doing a little pre-race interview with a couple people tonight. You are the defending winner for the week. How are you feeling about tonight and Nashville in general? I know this is a very different track from a place like Thompson.
Yes. That's all I have to say. I'm feeling.
Wow, riveting.
We're still trying to dial in our number 15 Vesta home furnishing Chevy Camaro late model, but you know,
piggybacking off the win last week, it's just the thing that we needed to kind of get into the momentum of things. I know we're more than halfway into the season, but you know, to get at least one win is something. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Yep, watching you spin live.
But,
what are you thinking in terms of lines tonight? I know there's a definite low groove, but it's kind of bumpy. There's a bit of a mid groove, and then there's also a high groove. What do you think's going to be dominant, and where are you going to be looking to hope, or where are you hoping to be on track tonight if you have your way?
I've messed around with the low line, and I've gotten loose so many times. I've tried the middle groove, and I've gotten loose a bunch of times. I don't trust the high line here whatsoever. I feel like I'm going to pancake the wall. Pancakes! You know? You know, we're just doing everything we can to dial in our number 15 Vesta Home Furnishing late model Chevy. Gonna try to go for 2 in a row, but you know, we're not Xavier Sanchez, so
you won't have to worry about his competition tonight. He will not be making it. He was in chat just a moment ago.
Oh, really? Because he's in the session right now.
Oh, he is Bullets for Noobs, right?
Yes.
He just posted in chat not 5 minutes ago, not gonna make it tonight.
That's crazy because after you
Xavier Sanchez connected.
Yeah.
Well, okay, maybe he changed his mind. Either way, you might have his competition then. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we did decide to push the race start back a little bit so Brian could attend. You know, we want to make sure everybody here feels welcome and included, and if that means having to push the race start time ahead back a couple of minutes, and so be it.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely doable for sure. Well, either way, good luck out there tonight. We'll be looking forward to seeing what you can do with that machine, and I'll send you back to the other chat now, and maybe we'll be talking again a little later on the night.
I hope so.
Good luck out there, my friend. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
That was your defending winner, Cameron Romano. He won not the defending winner of this race, but just last week. Obviously, this is our first trip to Nashville here in the league. So, oh, that one was probably a little intentional, but you know what? It's practice. It's all about good fun. Who's got the fast lap out here right now? Let's pull in Mr. Zach Davidson and see what he's liking about this track and where he's finding speed at, because he is the fastest on track, along with Frank Winesett very close behind. So let's pull in Zach and see what he's got in terms of thoughts on this place. Zach Davidson, welcome to the broadcast booth. Little pre-race interview here. You are the fast man on the timesheets right now. What are you thinking of the Nashville Fairgrounds, and where are you finding the speed? Low, mid, high? What's your line looking like?
Well, I hate this place.
He says it's the fastest car on track.
So I found some speed, but I have not found consistency yet, unfortunately. It's all about how you roll through 1 and 2. I've noticed coming off of 2, it's way too bumpy, and it snaps you loose every single time when you try to hammer down. So on my fastest lap, I actually found some speed by halfway through turns 1 and 2, pumping the gas a little bit to snap the car loose in the middle of 1 and 2, letting off, straightening it back out, and then trying to power off. But I'm having trouble replicating it. So
interesting. It's almost trying to like diamond the corner and drive it straight off the top of 1 and 2.
A little bit, but you're kind of coming off the bottom to middle of 1 and 2 to allow yourself to drift out to the wall as far as you can, because you really can't have anything in the wheel when you come off a 2.
I noticed that when I was running my practice runs, how wicked loose it was coming off a 2.
Oh yeah. I tell you, there are some people that are going to be some contenders. DJ just really set an absolute heater, moving himself into 3rd, I think.
Oh yeah, well, and Frank's right there with you with that 18.828. I mean, he's not far off of you either.
There's a couple people that learned the secret, and also I think a lot of people are going for quali laps right now. I didn't get that fast lap until about the third or fourth lap into my stint, where the tires started to tighten up just a hint.
Interesting. So you're almost not liking the grip of the new tires. You're feeling like a few laps on them actually helps them go faster.
No, yeah, but I do think the person that wins this race is going to be the person that takes care of the tires the best. That's going to be my opinion here.
Consistency and smoothness are going to be king today.
100%. I'm hoping I get it, but I'm feeling like Derek is due for a win, and Xavier and Cameron always been good at saving tires. DJ, Brian, they're fast. Frank's a newcomer. He's proven fast. Oh, fucking Chris out there, who knows how he'll do. And Gary, he's always shockingly fast, different tracks that you wouldn't expect him to come out on, and normally he's leading the pack on those tracks. So we'll see how that goes.
So considering you just listed basically the whole grid, it's anybody's game.
I don't know what is gonna happen here. We're all slipping and sliding so damn much. I genuinely couldn't tell you who my pick would be.
All right. Well, yeah. I'll be curious to see how it shakes out then tonight, because you're still the fast man on the track with that lap. So I'll be curious to see how it goes for you and the rest of them out there, and who can take care of that equipment the best.
I'll see if I can't put on a show.
Well, good luck, my friend, and hopefully we'll be talking after the race.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll send you back. And that was Zach Davidson, your fast man on the... Hee says Xavier. You know what you were doing. Yeah, so it should be a good race tonight. I'm going to leave this on the most exciting action on the track for the moment. Wow, as Chris Hood goes for a spin. I'm going to mute and let you guys enjoy the sounds of the practice session finishing up here, while I finish up a couple bites of my dinner here so I can call without being interrupted. Enjoy the sounds, and I'll be back in a minute.
Alright guys, I know I got a minute left in practice. You all know the drill. All starts and restarts on green. Follow the black box. One fast repair. Mandatory 4 tire and fuel pit stop. And that is at lap 40. You get 10 fast. You get 10 sets of tires, 3 green white checkers, fuel load 30%, and yeah, go fast, turn left, don't die, do it for Dale, be like this, hell yeah brother, amen. And as always, when we grid up, cut the engines off so I can give the command.
Alrighty. Back just in time for qualifying here. Press the spacebar, muted myself. Let's go through our leaderboard here as they put down some fast laps. Chris Hood out. Greenlee. Sanchez. Sycamore. There's Davidson. Line set. More. And back to hood again. Whoops. Wrong button. That was cameras. First time on the board, Chris Hood. Second, Xavier Sanchez. But he jumps to first. Oh, and DJ takes the top spot now. It's going to be jumping all over the place for a minute. So far, your fast lap, Sycamore, 19.204. Sanchez, your second fastest, 19... Excuse me, Wine Set goes top of the board, 19.072. And there's DJ again, 18.968. Or no, that's Davidson, 18.968. Sycamore, 18.909. Folks, we got some spicy laps going down here. Those are quick. Greenlee does finally clock in a lap time there, 19.948. See if there's anybody else out on the track. What on earth? I opened a program. Oh. Huh. Didn't mean to open that. I clicked the wrong thing. DJ parked it. There's Romano. He shuts her down after qualifying so far 5th on the board, 19.411. Is there anybody else out there? Here comes Hilker. Whoa, as he loses it coming off a 2. He did clock in 1 lap, though. That is a 19.190.
Oh, no. Anyway.
If you see a sound effect being played by CSC, that's usually Gary. I'm not logged. I'm not doing that.
Let's go racing today, boys!
We messed up big time on Sunday. I had sponsors in the stands, praying for a good showing.
What do? We end up looking like a monkey fucking a football out there.
Kyle Busch is an ass.
Now can you walk?
Why are we doing this? Why are we spamming these?
Victory Lane. Walk. Hell.
What is happening?
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
You're playing them over each other. You can't even hear them.
Just a big, hairy American winning machine.
It's showtime. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
What on earth? Lol. All right, nobody else on track. I believe everybody has finished qualifying now. In qualifying run.
Lizard. Lizard.
The boy don't have the balls to pass me on the outside.
Lizard.
Alright. Any objections if I advance session? Everybody's in checkered state now.
Yeah, go ahead.
You'll probably say, short track racing.
Alrighty. No warm-up session tonight. We're going straight into the race.
All right, everybody, shut your damn engines off. Shut your damn engines off.
Congratulations, DJ Sycamore on the pole tonight. 18.909 final pole time. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nashville Fairgrounds. We're ready to do battle for 100 laps here at Nashville Fairgrounds Super Speedway in the little of whatever. And now, the most famous words in the CSC Racing League, sponsored by W Energy. Use code CSCRL for 10% off your order at w.gg. And on that note, it's time!
Romano with the command to fire engines as they light them off. Let's go through your starting lineup for the CSC Racing League Short Track Special, coming to you live from Nashville Fairgrounds. Your pole sitter tonight, the number 96 unsponsored flat black machine with a quali time of 18.909. That is DJ Sycamore. To his outside, your second fastest of the night, with a quality time of 18.955, just 5/100ths of a second slower. That is the number 20 IROC Camaro Duracell battery sponsored machine of Frank Winesett. Moving back to row 2, the Chili's Ride the Dente Dale Earnhardt Sr. Tribute Car. It's the Marg machine, and that's the 19 of Zach Davidson. To his outside, the W Energy Chainsaw Man Bleeding Orange Toyota Camry. That is Derek Hilker. He will not retain that spot. He is requested to be put to the end of line, so he will be off the grid and moving to the back. That moves your number 15 car of Cameron Romano to the next row. He will start outside row 2. Let's get back up there where they're at. And he'll be outside this man, the number 13 Coors Banquet Machine of Chris Hood. Inside row 3 will be the number 10 Moser Racing Machine of Brian Moore. To his outside, I do believe, will be the number 8 car of Gary Greenlee in that black and gold Moser Racing Machine. And I believe that is... I'm missing Xavier Sanchez in here somewhere. There he is. So, I take that back. Hood will be one row further back than I thought. Sanchez will be ahead of him. Oh, gee, they're already hitting each other under caution, under pace laps. Oh, boy. We watch them come through the turn 2 exit and down the backstretch. Pace lights are off. That means we'll be going around this time by. I think 3 is going to be our best one to go with here. Come off turn 2. Green flag's out. We're away and racing here at Nashville. Sycamore jumps up high to start. Davidson going to ring that bottom side. Winesett trying to wind it up on the high. Romano trying to follow. Wiggle from the 19 of Davidson on the low side. Remember, Davidson said he did not like those tires in pre-race. He thought they were better after a couple of laps of wear because it tightens the car up. Those hot tires will push understeer and kind of plow around the track rather than gripping it and letting the rear catch out. Oh, Greenlee a little bit off pace back there into the wall. Hopefully no big damage for him there.
Yellow's just where I can get race control reset up. I forgot and didn't have it open.
Whoops.
Lap 40, lap 40 is the stage.
Greenlee, of course, our in-race race control, who runs the iRace Control program that controls our automated cautions. So he's going to get that set up right quick. That'll restack him and pack him here.
Hey, so we can go 1 to go whenever at the first chance that we got.
I don't know how to... What's the command again to shorten cautions?
You just make sure you're not on all teams.
Oh, right. Never mind, they got it. I'm on race control now. Sorry about that. I always forget to change that. I'm going to come around this time, take the green. We went ahead and waved it off so they can go back green now that we got that issue fixed. Let's go again. They're racked, they're stacked, and they're fired off. Let's see what they got. Sycamore immediately going up to about half lane up. Winesett seems to be perfectly content running that full second lane while Sycamore's trying to straddle the middle of the two. Whatever he's doing, it's working. Caution's out again. What happened? Ooh, Hilker. Let's go back and look. Oh, and Hood. Hood gets loose. Oh, and right off the hood of Hilker. Rough break. All right. Chris Hood gets that car rolling once more. Doesn't look like either of those cars have sustained too extensive too much damage, nothing extensive. So they should be all right. I'll be surprised to see any takers here on pit road with less than 2 or 3 green flag laps on their tires. Well, take it back. The 8 of Greenlee, the 5 of Hilker. Probably Ball coming down to check damage, along with the 13 of Hood. Greenlee definitely has some right front damage, but I think the 5 and the 13 are going to be okay. If they have anything, it's going to be minor for sure. No surprise there, not seeing any tires go on or anything. Hood down and away, no big damage for him. Hilker apparently has a little bit of something. There he fires off. Greenlee gonna go a lap down. You must have more damage than I anticipated.
Field is 2 to green, field is 2 to green. Coming to 1 to green next time by.
Indeed. We watch them pace around here. They will stack them up this time around. No real change at the top of the leaderboard. DJ Sycamore, your leader. Line set. Davidson, Romano, Sanchez make up your top 5. Haven't really got to see anybody settle into a groove yet.
1 to go.
We know Sycamore likes to run about a half a lane up off of that bottom groove. It's almost like he's found a little something there. Wineset seems to be perfectly content right above him in that second lane. But is that a product of where he wants to run, or is that a product of just staying?
See if you can find the setting to make it double file restarts. Make sure it's not on single by accident.
Ah.
I do not know exactly where to look, or I would tell you.
They're back racing again. Got that issue taken care of as well. Anytime. Let's get back to the action on the track as Sycamore has done it again. He's pulled away by a couple of car lengths. But a gaggle of cars right behind him. They're all in a big old pile there. As not Greenlee, as Romano. Whoa! We got a... Thank you, Daniel. I didn't realize I pressed a button and it muted me by accident. Goodness me. Either way, 2 isolated incidents there. Nothing really to be done about that problem. What a strange caution that was. Greenlee with more damage. Only 12 laps down here in the race tonight. Luckily, we've only used up about 7 minutes of our time so far. So, nothing too stressful as of yet. They will at least have 1 more lap before they go green here. Pace lights on that truck are still on. Got to be driving these guys nuts. They just start to get in the groove, and the yellow comes out once again. Yeah, that wreck there seemed to be 2 isolated incidents. They started on the front stretch there, but both of them got it gathered up, but that threw the 45 off the line. That caused him to hit the apron, get up behind the 10, had to slow down. The 5 car ran over him, not expecting him to slow down there. Kind of a weird spot to be going slow. And then with everything else the way it shook out there, Romano just spun all by his lonesome ahead of him. So it was a completely, like, backwards wreck there. 2 people went around, but completely unrelated despite earlier contact. Certainly a unique way for a wreck to occur. It's still Sycamore and Weinset out front. Restarts our double file now, as they were intended to be. Green's out again. Let's go. Oh no! Well, they all saved it. They all saved it. Great heads-up driving by those guys not to cause another big wreck there. It looked like somebody missed a shift. Look at this. Now all of a sudden it's not Weinset out front. The 19 of Davidson's coming in, and he said he liked the tires as they just started to wear in a little bit. We've hit that stage in the race. Yeah, we're, 14 laps in, 16 laps in now, but they've only really had about 4 or 5 green flag laps on these tires, so they should really be to the liking of the driver of the 19. And he's making it show. He's chewing up the bumper of that 96 car. 96 going all the way down to the apron to defend, as you can watch those cars ride the wave through the corner. Back here in the back group, not a whole lot going on. Single file, just as they are up front. Not a whole ton of action to worry about there for the moment. 96 of Sycamore, 19 of Davidson. Neither can seem to find a way around it. Will somebody go to the top, or are they content to just cruise here and put some laps under their belt? Whoa, no! We got another one going around. Yellow is out. Yellow is out. Pretty easy one to call there. The 13 of Chris Hood comes off of turn 4. Back end steps on him a little bit. He does a good job of locking that car down, keeping it out of the wall. He should be no worse for wear. Put that car back on track and ship him out again. Rule 1 of race car driving is don't hit anything. Chris Hood doing a very good job there of showing us how that's done. Even if you spin it, if you can keep the car clean, you could always come down for a fresh set of rubbers and get back out there. See what you can do about making up some of that lost time. You will lose track position, but crucially, you'll still have a car to drive. These late model stocks, of course, do not run on the conventional NASCAR Goodyear Eagle slicks that you are accustomed to seeing. These cars run on their competitor brand, Hoosier. Hoosier, of course, the name not an accident. They are an Indiana-based company, a fairly small company at that. But I do believe they are the second largest. I know they're the largest supplier of dirt racing tires for like dirt oval. I don't believe anybody else actually makes tires for dirt oval other than Hoosier. However, they do produce asphalt tires as well. They are not as common as they are in the dirt world, but they do make them for cars like these, the open wheel, like modifieds. And yes, they do some drag racing radials as well. Most people don't know about their oval radials, though. These are the tires that they are not as well known for, despite actually being run in NASCAR for a couple of years.
Coming to 1 to green.
Indeed, we will be racking them up this time by. So far, no driver in the field, has elected to put on a fresh set of those aforementioned Hoosiers. All drivers, from what I can tell, are on their original starting set. As we near the... mainly see them on drag cars for stuff like Pro Outlaw. Indeed. Pro Outlaw, any kind of bracket racer, drag racers, usually are running Hoosiers. they're a pretty good tire, and they're much cheaper than the Goodyears most of the time. Or at least a little cheaper. Which appeals to those bracket racers and the slightly slower cars. I say slow, we're talking, you know, not the 8-second cars, we're talking the 10 and 12-second cars. Either way, they're stacked up. Oh no, goodness gracious, that was almost a big wreck again. Green flag's out, let's go again. Big stack up there thanks to the rear end shot that the 19 got from Greenlee. Now here's the real big tester. Whoa! Great save by Davidson there. He almost loses it coming off a 2. He tried that high line. He said he didn't like it. He wasn't kidding. That was close. He could have wiped out him and DJ right then and there. Holy mackerel. 96 car in command. He's led them all here tonight. But that 19's looking to change it in a big hurry. He said he wasn't sure if he'd find any pace. Yellow out again. Hilker, oh, big damage. And Greenlee. What on earth just happened back here? Oh, no. Gary, don't do that. What on earth happened back here? Oh. Got loose right in front of him. 5 car just had nowhere to go. And Greenlee goes for the old reverse down the backstretch. Oh, sheesh. Oh, boy. That'll be some big damage for Greenlee there. Field goes back under the caution flag. 73 laps remain. 28 laps in the book for the moment. As I said, that man there has led them all. 10 car gets the lucky dog. He'll be back on the lead lap here. That'll be a good break for the driver of the 10, Brian Moore. Have not seen a whole lot of him tonight.
13 minutes of repair. Get your heart out, ladies and gents.
Greenlee with some big damage there. 13 minutes of repairs, he says. So that will effectively end the chances for the 8 car this evening. He will have a chance to get back into the race if he so chooses. 13 minutes will fly by. He will have time to get that damage repaired before the end of the race. But that will put him enough laps down that it will not be able to be made up before the end of the race. Still no takers on pit road for any tires that I have seen. Anybody coming down? Hilker, of course, will. The amount of damage on the number 5 machine, he will more than likely take a fast repair here. I'll be surprised if he doesn't. The question is does he take tires now? It's a little early. In 10, I wouldn't expect him to. My guess is that was a quick damage check. No tires. Don't think there was any fuel involved with that stop. 10 laps till the stage break. I would have to assume that that was merely a way to judge his damage for the caution coming up in 10 laps. Back under the green flag. Let's go one more time. Let's see if we can make it to the stage break. These cars are tail happy and free. So it's going to be a wreck fest tonight by the look of it.
Anyway.
Sick him out front. He gets a gap on Davidson this time. Davidson unable to get up to the rear bumper. And here's a player we haven't talked about much yet tonight. Xavier Sanchez in the 45, moving his way towards the front. All the way up to third now. Driver of the 45 looking comfortable as he starts to pull away from the 20 of Winesett. Sanchez running that low line, but kind of going up in the middle of the corner, just a tick from what I can tell. Yep. Doing just a touch of diamonding the corner. Seems to be paying off for him. To see if he can make any progress on the 19 or the 96. Meanwhile, in the back, Romano, Hood, the damaged car of Hilker. and more in the 10 car, all struggling, trying to find a little bit of pace here this evening. No real surprise from the 5 car being as much damage as he's got. The others, though, not just think they're missing some pace this evening. Don't seem to be able to find a groove that they like where they can run consistently. And again, just as quickly as the 45 comes, he's fading off a little bit. We got a 2-car show again. It's the 19 and the 96 out front once again. Wouldn't surprise me to see, wow, great exit by Davidson there. That was an awesome, you can actually see the car slide up sideways, almost like a 4-wheel drift. That was a really cool camera angle. I hope we get that camera angle again this time by. A little bit there, yeah, you can see that. That's a really neat angle. DJ's taking that half a lane up again that we saw earlier in the race. Oh, big shot for the leader. Sycamore with a huge wall shot. Could he have toe damage? That could be big for the leader of the race. Uh-oh, Hood goes around, yellow flag out.
Extending caution for the stage. Stay on track.
So this
track unless you have to pit for repairs.
So this will be the stage break here at lap 63. Sycamore with that heavy right front damage. That was a huge wall shot he took. I am stunned at the hit that car took. That right front tire looks like it's okay, but the bodywork is not. Wowee. So let's see how stage 1's going to shake out. Cautions will just basically be extended by another couple laps till we get to lap 60.
White lap, or white flag for the stage, white flag for the stage. Stay on track.
So there's your stage winner, the 96 of Sycamore. He led all 40 laps. However, with big damage on that right front after a huge wall shot exiting 4. There's your second fastest car on track. He's chewing the bumper up off that 96. He'll bring home second place stage points. That is Zach Davidson. 45 of Sanchez. Xavier with a good run there coming from the mid-pack up into the top 3. 45 will be third in the stage. 20 of Wineset giving that Camaro a good charge. He started second. He fell back a little bit there to fourth. But, crucially, clean car. And that's more than a couple of his competitors can say. That may help him here in the long half of the race. And your final point scorer in the field for the stage, that will be the 15 of Cameron Romano. He will pick up that 5th and final stage point position. All drivers, of course, mandatory coming down for 4 tires and fuel this time by. Except for Moore, who I believe has to stay out to get that other... Wait, Brian's not coming down? Not 100% sure what's going on there. He may be coming around this time by. All cars up. Did I miss Brian's pit stop somewhere?
I pit early to damage, so I want to take an EOL.
Got it. I did miss it. I was just wondering. I'm like, I knew it was mandatory pit, and I'm thinking, where did I miss it? So that would make sense. All right. Excuse me. That will give him the penalty he mentioned, and that will put him right where he is supposed to be, so that'll work good. Alright. With that, lights are out on the pace car. Hilker will get by, and that will put more to the last car on the lead lap. But with this pit stop complete, he'll be in good shape. 96 Sikima did not fix that right front damage. He apparently does not think that is serious enough to worry about. That toe must not be knocked out too badly. However, Davidson beat him off pit road. Coming around this time by, Sikima's first at the line. Can the 19 get up underneath of him? Whoa, got down on the apron a little bit. Hang on to it. Oh, Davidson going way high out into the third lane. Can he get the momentum wrapped up? Side by side. 45 decides wisely to fall back in before they caused a wreck there. That was 3 wide for a minute. Holy mackerel. Super intense restart there. That was awesome to watch. 96, 19, and the 45 all kind of dicing it up there for a minute. That could have gone either way. Oh, no! Oh, no! All drivers keep the cars moving. No yellow, no yellow. Huge shuffle up at the front. Sikima got loose. That puts the 45 of Sanchez to the lead. New leader for the first time tonight. It's Xavier Sanchez in the 45. Davidson with a heartbreaker goes from challenging for the lead to second to last in one corner. That's gotta hurt. And that's brought a new player into the game. The 15 Romano's now on the chase for the podium, and in the chase for the lead. Oh, damage to the front end of Davidson's car. I can see it back there. Not sure how that'll affect him going forwards. Looks like that 96's toe damage might finally be starting to get to him a little bit there. Car looks like it's looser than it was before. And we know he was okay on fresh tires earlier, so it makes me wonder if that car isn't a little worse off and it's just showing its face on the longer run. Sanchez with an excellent lead over the top. Rest of the top 5, I should say. Yellow flag is out. I missed it. Where did it happen? It was Hilker. Let's go back and watch what happened here. Derek Hilker having a devil of a night tonight. Did he get a little help there, or was that just... Whoa. Boy, 5 car almost looked like he had to lift. Yeah. Off throttle there from the 5 car. Not sure what happened there. Not normally off throttle in that part of the track. You're usually getting into the throttle. I can see where the 13 would have been surprised that he just kind of didn't fire off there coming out of the corner. Not sure what happened there. If he... Oh. Bear with me. I have to bonk a bot real quick. And bonk. I'm sorry, burgeoning disloyalty, but I am not interested in buying your followers. Alright. Hilker going to come down for some damage repair here. Sanchez gave up the lead? What? Sanchez gives up the lead for 2 right side tires. Certainly did not expect that. And with all that, 96 came down for some repairs and tires as well. And that leaves the 15 car of Romano, your new leader. Line set back up to where he started. His patience is rewarding him. He's now no worse off than he was nearly 50 laps ago. Actually, a little over 50 laps ago now. Now the question is, they have the track position. Can they make the most of it? Romano, your leader in the Vesta Homes 15. The Duracell batteries number 20 outside of him. That's Winesett. The 13 of Hood and the 10 of Moore close behind. 3 of those 4 cars we have seen in that back group of 5 most of the night. And yet, with a little bit of perseverance, here they are early in stage 2, fighting for the lead. Green flag's out. Let's go racing again. Romano, your leader. He leads them off down into 1. Whoa, Zach Davidson way up out of the groove. Mans was almost up. Looked like Kyle Larson on the fence going into 1. However, Romano, clean air seeming to suit him so far. Oh no, wow! Big wreck behind, big wreck. Oh my goodness, it took out half the field.
Today's oh shit moment of the race has been sponsored by Dude Wipes for the Code Brown moments in your life.
What on earth started that? I want to go back. I want to watch. Where's he at? Winesett. There it is. The rear chase, the far chase camera is going to tell us a lot here. So, 96 and 20 are both clear of each other for the moment. Oh, one went up, one came down, and of course that turns the 96, that turns the 20, collects the 45, the 5, the 13 just narrowly avoiding it, and the 19 getting action on it. My goodness, what a mess. Holy mackerel. Certainly a wild wreck there here early in stage 2. Greenlee has repaired that number 8 machine. He's going to go get one of his 26 laps back now. As I said, he'll more than likely be able to overcome. I don't think there's enough time.
27 laps back. Yay!
Greenlee not able to make up those laps, but he can go out and make as many as he can and hope for the best. Over Romano, grateful to be sitting out front and out of dirty air and traffic at the moment. Nashville, of course, not a very large track. I do believe it's about a half a mile. So, real estate is a premium here. That means having clean air over the nose of your race car and nobody else's TV panel to look at while you do it. I'm gonna be going south around Labor Day. I may look up and see if they got a race going on here. Maybe that's something I can hit on the way back. Be a good little show. I should probably make sure I'm going through Nashville first. I'm going to be out by the coast, out by Myrtle. If anybody's going to be at Darlington in the fall race, I will maybe see you there. I'm planning on going. Should be a fun way to go on a trip. Pace lights are out. I'll be going green this time by. We started with 9 cars, and somehow we still got 9 of them on track and running. Green lights out. Let's go racing again. Romano leads him off into turn 1 again. Moore way outside. Trying to find a groove out in the far lane, and he's going to do it. Look at the run the 10 car gets off that high groove. He might have found something he likes. Can he get the momentum off of it? Can he clear the 15? He can! Brian Moore, new leader again. 3rd one of the night. Oh, no, don't lose it, Brian. What? Somebody call Formula Drift and get that man a car. He hung that thing out off of 2 and managed to keep it gathered. Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. Death on the front stretch. Wow, DJ's car still runs after that hit?
All right, guys, get your shit together.
Wow. And a completely oh, Greenlee. And Hilker again. My gosh, some of these guys can't catch a break tonight. Greenlee, huge solo spin on his own there. Sanchez with big damage. Sikkema, big damage as well. Probably grateful he didn't take that that fast repair earlier on. Pace car's going to come out and pick them all up. What a hit. Somebody needs to check DJ's Hans device after that one. Might have broke it. Holy snot. Yeah, no surprise. 96 coming back down pit road again. And the 45 of Sanchez is going to bring it down as well. Wisely, DJ going to take his fast repair here. And it looks like probably a fresh set of Hoosiers as well. DJ might lose a lap on this endeavor, though. If he doesn't, it's going to be close. Ooh, both of them get down and away. They'll be able to just get back onto the lead lap. Or retain the lead lap, I should say. Sanchez, unfortunately, losing one lap there on that exchange. He will go one lap down. However, being the only car one lap down does give him the unique position of being able to pick up that lucky dog at the next caution. Hilker also waiting on damage repair. Have to see if he can go or if it's going to force him to stop. I don't know if either of those gentlemen are meatballed. No meatballs. Hilker gets out. He's going to stay on the lead lap. Sanchez, though, falls from one lap to two. That will make getting back to the lead lap much harder than it was before. So, 20 car with a little bit of nose damage there. Nothing extreme. Greenlee with heavy right front damage after that turn 4 spin out. Then there were 7. Let's send them out again. Oh no, there's Hilker. We got 8 of the 9 out there still. More fires off down into turn 1. Whoa. Davidson way up out of the groove again. Really seems to like doing that on lap 1. Moore off to a solid start. Oh no, big hit from behind. Chris Hood, he's able to get that car rolling again. No caution. Moore, your leader, starting to pull away from the 15. Quiet night for Brian so far. Haven't seen him in many big wrecks. Kind of been riding out there towards the back. I think he's gone around once, but if he has, it's been nothing major. 10 car looking clean as a whistle. 15 of Romano in close pursuit. Another one of the cars not seen in a ton of trouble tonight. I know he got wrapped up in one little incident, but I don't think it's been too bad otherwise. Third car in line there, of course, DJ. That massive wreck he just came off of used up his fast repair, so he is on his last life now. Any damage he takes from here on out is going to have to be repaired or dealt with. That's as healthy as that car's going to get. Light nose damage for the 20 of Wine set out there nursing it around. Davidson close behind him, but however not running 5th. He is actually in the 6th position, 1 lap down. Xavier Sanchez has retired from the event. He will be the first car to DNF. Chris Hood also out of the race current. Oh no, he's back on now. Coming back down pit road again, though. Scoring showed him that he was off, but it was because he was on his out lap. Ryan Moore, still your leader out front. Right out to the wall. Wow, and we got a battle for second. DJ's coming, and he's coming fast. 96 looking to go back up and grab what was once his. A little bit of a door slam coming off of 4. Good old short track racing. He runs the 15 up out of the groove a little bit there to get by him. 96 picks up a spot. Up to second. Nothing to report out front. It's all Brian Moore, and it's all smooth sailing for the moment. He is looking comfortable and happy, sitting out front in the clean air. Sycamore may have got Romano on the exchange there, but Romano not willing to give up the fight just yet. He's going to try to take it back to the 96 and see if he can pull off the pass. Gave him a little bit of the bumper there, but couldn't pull it off. Davidson, after that unscheduled pit stop, not sure what that was about. He comes out of pits. He will be the first car one lap down. He's your lucky dog candidate if there's another yellow. Chris Hood, 7th currently. He is 4 laps down, 3 laps down to Davidson. So he's the next car on the list. And for Aquine Set, your 4th place car there. Just nickel and diming it away, trying to keep it in that top 5. Well, not much action from him right now, just smooth and steady lapping. And that is exactly what a driver wants to hear. Consistent, smooth lap times, and feeling like the car is under your complete control. That is the dream of all racers. Yellow flag on track. Where did it happen? Oh, no, not again. Chris Hood goes around. Chris is having a tough night. 13 car, not having a great time. Already 4 laps down. Able to stave off a 5th. This is good news for one man. Excuse me. Somebody call Chili's and get him a Presidente Margarita. He's going to be celebrating after that caution. Davidson. That's going to put him back to the lead lap. There goes the 19. As he rips off in through turn 1 and 2 to catch the backside of the pack. He'll be starting from the rear, but crucially, without a lap behind to make up. However, he's still got to make it through the field and get back past that man if he wants to have a chance for a win. Because that man up front is the 10 of Brian Moore, and he is absolutely smooth. Moore looked like he was struggling earlier a little bit in the traffic, which totally understandable. Cars always handle poorly when they're in the dirty and often tumultuous air. Very frustrating situation when you just can't get the front tires to grip like you want them to. But not seeming to bother the 10 now that he's out of it. Looks like his car is suited to the clean weather. $13 down and away, 15 close to follow. Both of them will get out of pit road and come around to pick up the pace truck as the lights go out. That can only mean one thing. Next time by, we're going to send them. Nine car field tonight. We've still got 8 of them running. Granted, they're in various states of repair, but they are still running. Now the question becomes, does the 96 have anything on that high side for the 10? And can the 20 make a move, or does the 5 have enough car to make a move? Not sure either way, but we're going to find out. Let's go! Green flag, green flag! Moore and Sycamore out front, pull off to a couple car length lead between the two of them. Moore we're kind of keeping the 96 stuck out on the high side. 96 doesn't seem to care. DJ seems to like that second lane. Still can't quite make the pass there. Finally has to relent and fall back in. However, don't be surprised. That 96 car might still have a chance. As these guys run a couple laps, this is your crank it up moment of the race. Enjoy the sounds of these thundering V8s. Scratch that! And caution, caution. The 2 leaders go around in front of the field. Damage for the 96 and the 10. Goodness me. Huge change just as I'm going to crank it up. I'm glad I didn't. Whew.
Pace cars in 1, pace cars in 1.
Pace truck will come around to pick up the rest of the field. And as the field takes care of their pit stops, so shall I. I will be back in a moment. All right. Field will be 2 to go on that last time by. They should be 1 to go this time by. Means we'll start seeing them stack them up here. They will have about 9 laps remaining when the green flag drops. And that brings the question, who is still in play? Chris Hood, 4 laps down. He's up in the front mix there, so he could be an interesting factor on this restart. Same thing with Greenlee, 28 laps down, but somehow up there in the top 4. Romano and Wineset, your front runners. Derek Hilker being registered as 3rd somehow. I don't necessarily think that's accurate. Green flag's out. Let's see how they actually stack up here. Romano comes off of 2. Hood's still 4 laps down. Yeah, I'm not sure why he restarted up there. But Wineset's your next closest car. He's 2nd. Hilker all the way back there 3rd. And Davidson way back in the blue and yellow cars 4th. Whoa, Chris, hang on to her. Whee! Great example of just how loose these cars get as you watch the 13 of Hood just absolutely drift it wide off the exit of 2. But no challenge up front for the 15 of Romano. He's on a Sunday drive. Clear that black flag for Hilker there. It says he got hit for passing under yellow, but I think that was a avoidance thing.
Hey, Sochi, what was that black clear for?
Passing on yellow on the restart, which I don't think he did. I think he dropped a little bit to, or I'll go back and look. Whoa, caution.
Copy, thank you.
We got to check up for the pace car.
Yeah, black flagged him because the cars behind him were supposed to catch him before the green flag, and they didn't catch him in time, so it was not due to his own fault.
Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't clearing the drive-through for incident points or anything like that. That's cool.
I remembered he didn't jump the restart, so when it gave him a black flag for that, I'm like, okay, I know he didn't jump out inside of anybody. So I'm going, that has to be wrong, but I don't know why it would have triggered. It must have been one of the two cars behind him that caused him to, said let him by or whatever, but they couldn't get caught up to him in time. So all is well. That was legit. We're all about following the rules here, but that is certainly not a rule break on the part of the 5 car. There was no. He did everything he was supposed to do.
Green, and we are entering green, white checkered number 1 of the evening. We have 3 in the chamber. Let's try not to use them all.
Indeed, indeed. Yes,
use them all. Use them all.
Hilker there, of course, not doing anything wrong. The other cars he needed to let by just simply not catching the field in time. So certainly not fair to him to clear that, not clear that flag and make him take a penalty for something when he didn't do anything. All right. So Romano will take the inside. Hilker. Yeah, take the inside. We're not doing choose rule. Romano will be inside. Wine set outside. 5 car of Hilker will stack up 3rd. 4th is now DJ? That can't be right. Nope, here comes Davidson. Pick up the pack. Green flag, let's go! Romano goes all the way to the bottom of the track trying to protect his line. Whoa! Woo. Big crossover there. Davidson on a tear, looking to try to get out there. However, oh no! White flag is out. No caution. I couldn't throw one now if I wanted to. Oh no, this is going to be bad. Everybody get out of the way! Romano! Whoa! Romano takes it! 19 of Davidson 2nd, 20 of Wineset 3rd. Oh my, I didn't even know what to say there. Wow. Right off the rip, apologies. I'm not allowed to throw a yellow once the white comes out. You guys had already taken that, and there were cars everywhere in 4 and no way to clear them.
Yeah, it's fine. We know that. There's nothing you can do. If that happens, it just happens.
That was close. Cameron Romano, your winner tonight. 2nd place will go to the 19 of Davidson on a fresh tire charge from that last-minute pit stop. Wineset brings it home 3rd in the 20. Sycamore gets back to the lead lap. They'll be 4th. Last car on the lead lap. Hilker, unfortunately, involved in that final caution. He will finish 1 lap down. Moore 2 laps down after getting caught up in that wreck. Chris Hood 4 laps down. Never able to overcome that deficit from earlier. Greenlee, by staying on track and keeping with it, gets up to 28 laps down. Staves off last place finish. He finishes 8th. And Xavier Sanchez, of course, after wrecking out, will finish final in 9th. 38 laps down. Let's pull Cameron Romano in. We spoke to him before the race. Now we get to talk to him. Oh my goodness! He goes over and over. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, Cameron. You pulled it off. Back to back. Thompson and now Nashville. How does it feel, and what was your trick to winning tonight?
I made a gamble pitting when I did, grabbing 4 tires and fuel, and just unfortunate timing of the caution. I was almost positive that Brian was going to win that one. He's got one coming for sure, but it took a lot of guts to hold off Frank and Zach at the very end. I have no idea where he came from, but holy crap.
So I can answer that. Zach on the green-white checkered, before you guys came to that green-white checkered for the restart, he pitted for fresh tires. So I believe that was a fresh tire charge coming up from the back there, if I'm correct. I'm going to go look at that to see.
Yeah, back-to-back wins, that's definitely good. I got to thank Vesta Home Furnishing for being the primary on the car again. Also, shout out to Spotify, Twitch, Dubby. Use code CSCRL for 10% off your order at dubby.gg. Blackcraft Clothing, Blackcraft Whiskey, Burnt Rubber Racing Warehouse, all of our partners, they put a lot of faith in us in the late model season, and to get 2 in a row, it's very special. Everybody put up one hell of a fight. I think someone earlier said it was anybody's game. I thought for sure it was either going to be Xavier and Zach or Brian, but yeah, 2 in a row. I'm not complaining.
I muted myself by accident there. It's all about timing your run the right way, and you certainly did that tonight. I did verify. Lap 99, Davidson, 4 fresh tires tonight. So he did indeed take 4 fresh tires before that last restart. But yeah, it was Zach who said it was anybody's game tonight, and it really was. We had a lot of different leaders and a lot of different action on track. You're going to have a little trouble doing that burnout with your right rear tire in its condition. You are, that hit that flipped you over on your roof has got your right rear toe in pretty bad.
Yeah, thanks, Gary. Decided to hit me while I was doing my Ryan Blaney Polish victory lap.
Yeah, your car looks like one of those Hummer EVs when it's in crab walk mode. There you got a bit of a burnout going. Well, congratulations, my friend. Well done. Good victory. I'll send you back now and enjoy it back to back. That's definitely a good way to start your, rather end your week.
Absolutely.
Congrats, my friend. Well done.
Thank you.
That was your winner, Cameron Romano, back-to-back weeks. Let's pull in your second place finisher. I'm just interviewing it. I apparently know who to interview before the race because the same 2 people who we interviewed pre-race are your 1-2 finishers. Let's bring Zach Davidson back in and see what he thinks now after the race.
Asking me.
Welcome in, Zach. Back to the booth again. I knew who to pick apparently tonight because the 2 people I interviewed were 1 and 2 tonight. And I interviewed you in the order you came in. I interviewed Cameron, and then I interviewed you, and now I get to do it all over again.
Well, yeah.
So was that a Hail Mary at the end there, taking 4 tires on lap 99?
I knew that I had no chance of doing anything other than that, so I came in. I don't know if you noticed this from the booth, but I came in for 2 tires originally because I didn't think I'd get my damage done with a 4-tire change. And I realized I could barely do it, so I decided to take 4. I knew that was my only chance of getting around Cameron and Frank up in front of me. I did not expect how long it was going to take me to get back around, so I was really lucky I got back around before green.
I noticed you were cutting it close.
Yeah, I was also not expecting to get taken 3 wide by lap cars, and then had Chris blame me for taking him 3 wide.
I don't know why he was gridded up there. I don't know why that was doing that, but it let him grid up even though he was 4 laps down, up in the top 4. I'm like, that's not. I don't know why that's happening. That's a weird foible of iRacing we have to figure out, I guess.
Yeah, it looked like so it was telling me to cycle in front of Brian on the high side, and then it looked like Derek was in front of Chris, but Derek backed off because I think he was very damaged.
He was.
Yeah, so he was just kind of rolling around. I felt like if I had one more lap, I probably could have got Cameron on the fresh tires, but there was no way it was going to happen.
It was definitely close for sure. I knew you were really charging there. I mean, you kind of came. That's what Cameron asked. He's like, I don't know where Zach came from. And I said, well, he came from a fresh tire, basically, bonsai charge from behind on you. Yeah. I mean, you made up 3 or 4 spots on that last 2 laps there, and that last the chaos coming to the line, they all wrecked just as Cameron hit the start finish. So there was nowhere for I couldn't throw the caution. There were 2 cars stuck in the middle of the track. Everybody's just scrambling to get their car out of the way. And I'm not able to throw a yellow because once it hits white flag, it takes that away from me. It's just like, yep, too late in the session. I'm like, there's cars on track. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
So,
when I came around and I saw the roadblock, I was really hoping that he would not have the agility in his tires to be able to kind of change direction and keep pace, which he did have to back off a bit, and I almost got up to him, but it just wasn't enough.
He found that perfect line through there that enabled him to get through it without any trouble there, for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I will say this, the track was pretty fun. It inspired a lot of us to have some pretty tight racing. With the looseness of the cars, that was a rough one for us to try to get used to. It kind of gave some people bad days, but we're hoping to bounce back in the next one. So.
I think this track would work better if it wasn't so old and bumpy for these cars. You can tell this is a track that's built for something like a modified, that's got that wider track width, a little bit lower center of gravity, and a lot fatter tires underneath of it to accommodate that, kind of ebb and flow of grip that comes from that bumpy, worn-out pavement. And I know this is our first time running this track in this league, and I definitely think it was a fun track to watch. I think it's a really fun thing to, see how it shakes out. But I do agree with you. I think with this track, if we were to return here, I think it would be better in maybe the Touring Championship with the open wheel modifieds, maybe ARCA cars or something that's slower, but something that's got a little bit more grip to it overall.
You better be careful with the modified suggestion. That's a dangerous suggestion because I'm pretty quick in those.
The only race I ever ran in the modifieds, I really enjoyed the way they drove. And they really suit places like Thompson and here at Nashville. I've done some practice laps in a handful of different tracks at them. And it's like these late model stocks we drive in this league are great for the little short tracks, quarter, 4/10, 3/10. But when it gets, half mile, 6/10, those kind of tracks, that's when the modifieds really start to shine.
Yep, absolutely. Couldn't agree more with it.
Well, second place.
Thanks for having me, though.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Definitely a good finish for you in the points, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for the Touring Championship race.
Oh, yeah, with any luck. Catch you later.
Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
And that was your second place finisher, Zach Davidson. The top 3 in points are now separated by a handful of points now. Nice. Top 5 separated by just 34 points. So that's going to be an interesting battle with a good few races to go still in the season. Lots of action left for us to see this year. And this is only race 10. We've still got, I believe, 8 more races, if I remember correctly. 7? Somewhere in that vicinity? I'd have to look to know for sure. But we're in the 7 to 8 range. So a little more than halfway gone, but still plenty of time for some drivers to make some moves. But that'll do it for us here tonight. I may or may not be hosting tomorrow night. I am supposed to have an event, but it is unsure if it's actually going to happen or not now. So if my event goes on, I will not be here. Gary Greenlee will be stepping into the booth for me again. And if for some reason my event is canceled, well, then we'll see you folks here tomorrow night, or at least I will. And we'll go just as normal as we would. So for the rest of the CSC Racing League, my name's Soji Sakata. Thank you all for watching. It's always a pleasure to have you. As I always say, we wouldn't have racing to do if we didn't have people to watch us. So happy to have you tuning in and supporting the cause and supporting the racing we love. So with that said, thank you all for watching. Have a great night and a safe evening, and we'll see you here tomorrow night. Good night.